Late afternoon at Collinwood. Somewhere within the great house, young David Collins remains the prisoner of the supernatural. For Collinwood is ruled now by the malevolent spirit of a man long dead. A man trying to complete the evil scheme he could not complete when he was alive. On this day, two people have returned to Collinwood, believing they know in which part of the house young David Collins is being held.
There it is!
You're right, there is a door behind there.
It's leading to Quentin's room.
This wall was sealed up when I was here before. And whoever unsealed it must have used this.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to tear out some more of these panels. And then we're going to find out what's in that room. This is the room that you were in. David, are you here? David, don't be frightened. We're going to take you back.
Barnabas! Listen.
What?
I heard a door open. Someone's coming.
Professor Stokes, what are you doing here?
I was searching the West Wing when I heard a pounding noise.
Oh, that was me. I was tearing some of the panels out of the sealed-up wall.
Fascinating room. It would appear that nothing in it has been disturbed since the Victorian era. Except the spirit of the man who died here.
You mean Quentin Collins died here?
Yes.
How do you know that?
This room was sealed. His spirit was imprisoned here until the seal was broken. How do you know his name?
Well, I heard David whispering it in his sleep one night.
I see. You two have made a most remarkable discovery. You should be able to learn a great deal from this room.
Professor Stokes, we are not concerned with the room at this moment. We want to find David. You saw no signs of him when you were searching the house?
None whatever. Mr. Collins?
Oh!
Amy!
Amy! Amy, are you all right?
I think she is. Amy, can you hear us? Can you speak to us?
The child is possessed. She must be removed from this house as soon as possible.
Yes, you're right. Maggie, take her to the old house.
The key to Quentin Collins' personality is in this room. The more we know about him, the better our chances are of rescuing the boy.
Only we could find out why he chose David and what he wants from him.
Good Lord.
What is it? Well?
I know a great deal more about Quentin Collins than I did a few moments ago.
Why?
Have you ever heard of I Ching?
No.
It is the oldest known book of divination and mysticism, written in China long before the time of Confucius. It is also the most dangerous.
Why do you say that?
Because it is the least understood. Even Confucius, with all his wisdom, could not master it. So, Quentin Collins practiced I Ching. And I would guess his motives were anything but pure.
Is this some kind of black magic?
I'll explain it to you as best I can after I've had a chance to study this journal. We must leave now.
But what about David?
It may no longer be possible to save the boy. But if it is, the answer is here.
Amy! Oh, how are you feeling now?
Professor Stokes is wrong.
What do you mean?
David is at Collinwood.
Did you see him there?
No.
What?
Quentin wouldn't let me.
How do you know he was there?
I know.
I'm going to tell Barnabas and Julia.
No. If they go back to Collinwood, they won't find him. He wants you to find him.
Did he tell you that?
You'd better go, Maggie. Soon. Or David won't be there anymore. Only Jameson will be there.
Jameson?
Yes. That's who Quentin wants David to be. And David has to do whatever Quentin wants.
Amy, what are you talking about?
If you don't find him, David is going to die.
Is there enough light, Professor?
Everything's splendid, thank you. I would prefer to be alone, if you don't mind.
How much time will you need?
An hour or two with these books should tell me how and why Quentin Collins used I Ching. When I know that, we can decide on a course of action.
David, can you hear me? I know you're somewhere in the house. I want to help you. If you can't answer me, then make a sound. Please, David.
Maggie?
David!
Don't come up here! Please!
David, I've come to take you away.
I know.
Don't you want to come with me?
No, don't come up.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not going to let you keep David. David, come to me. Please come to me.
I can't.
You want to?
Yes.
Well, then you can. David, just walk down the stairs. And into my arms, David. You can if you try. David, you'll never have to be afraid again. Just come to me, David. Come to me. David. David, don't stop now! Quentin, you can't have him! He's not yours to have! He's not like you, Quentin. I'm going to make sure that he never will be. I'm not afraid of you! I'm not! You can't change, David! You tried and you failed! Quentin, I love David. I'm going to take him away from you. Can you hear me? David, I'm going to come up and get you.
No, Maggie, don't!
David, he can't stop me. He doesn't have the courage.
Stay where you are, please!
David, you don't belong to him. You belong with your family and me. David, come to me. Come to me, David. David. Oh, David! David. Quentin away.
I can't.
David, you must. You have to send Quentin away. Now I want you to turn around and look into that door.
No, I don't want to look, Maggie. I don't.
You'll never be free. Never be free unless you send him away. Now turn your head around and look through that door. David, we won! David, we won! We won! David! David!
If I'd had any idea that you'd gone back to Collinwood by yourself.
Barnabas, you couldn't have stopped me. And I wouldn't have let you come with me. I know it sounds strange, but I believed Amy.
And Quentin never appeared to you.
No. Julia, how's David?
He's in a deep coma. Yes, I tried everything I could to get him to respond, but he wouldn't.
Julia, that's my fault. I could have gotten him out of that house sooner than I did.
Julia, what actually happened?
Barnabas, he is still possessed by Quentin. Unless we can get him to break his hold on him, I don't think we can do anything until...
Until what, Julia?
Until he's dead.
You mean David might die?
Maggie, he is dying.
How long do you think he has, Julia?
A few hours, possibly until morning.
But there must be something you can do.
Only had a way of communicating with Quentin Collins.
There may be a way, Julia.
Barnabas, what are you talking about?
Maggie, I want you to go up to David's room and stay with him. Under no circumstances are you to leave his side. Is that understood?
Yes. What are you going to do?
I don't know myself. I don't have time to tell you anyway. Julia, come with me. Professor Stokes.
What is it?
This I Ching that you're studying, how does it work?
Why do you want to know?
I'll explain it to you in a moment. Tell me how it works.
The I Ching is a means of sending one's soul into the infinite through the wisdom contained in the book itself and the guidance provided by the I Ching wands. As you can see, each of the 6 wands is solid black on one side with a white dividing line on the other. They are shaken and tossed. When they fall, they're arranged to form one of 64 hexagrams. At this point, the subject sits, closes his eyes, and begins a period of the most intense concentration, picturing in his mind's eye a door with the hexagram painted on it. He must have the willpower to continue until he sees the door appear to open away from him. When and if that happens, he rises from his body and passes through the door.
To find what?
Whatever one sees, encounters, or experiences on the other side of the door is believed by the initiated to be seen with the soul's eye, to be experienced by the astral body.
Is it possible by using I Ching to make contact with Quentin Collins?
Beyond the door, anything is possible.
Then I must try it now.
You're not serious.
David may be dead by morning. There is no other way of saving him.
I Ching is not the way either.
It is a chance.
It is one chance in a million. There is no way of knowing what waits beyond the door. You may be placing yourself in grave danger.
Barnabas, there must be another way.
Julia, the child is dying. If there's any possibility of contacting Quentin Collins and getting him to release David, then I must try it.
Very well. Toss the wands on the desk. It's the 49th or co-hexagram. called the hexagram of change.
Change?
And what happens now?
Barnabas.
Don't worry, I'll be all right, Julia.
Sit down. Close your eyes. Concentrate until you see the door with the hexagram painted on it.
I see the door.
You must continue to concentrate until the door opens away from you. There must be complete silence until that happens. The door is open.
Will he see Quentin Collins there?
Only he will know.
How long will he remain in the trance?
There's no way of telling. You see, there are two Barnabas Collinses now. The one we see sitting here, and the one beyond the door.
Professor, you said that was called the hexagram of change. Does that mean that Barnabas will change?
According to the Book of I Ching, one who is guided by the co-hexagram may experience change or be made different.
Made different how?
That will depend on where the door leads him.
Professor, can we communicate with him?
We can try. Can you hear me?
He is not here. The door has opened and I cannot see him.
Are you speaking of Quentin?
Yes. I do not understand.
Can you see beyond the door?
Yes.
Tell us what you see.
I want to turn back, but I cannot.
Why do you want to turn back? Do you see something that frightens you?
What am I in? The mausoleum?
The mausoleum?
Does that mean something to you, Julia?
No. No, I don't understand it.
Is anyone else there with you?
No. There is only...
Only what?
the coffin.
Coffin?
I am moving now. I cannot help myself. I must go to it.
Professor, we've got to stop this.
No, we cannot do it. It would be far too dangerous to disturb him now.
He cannot go through that door.
Do you know where that door leads to?
No, I just have this horrible feeling that if he goes through that door, we may lose him forever.
I am moving toward the coffin.